Hmm. Greetings, beloveds. This ability to do what is being called this channeling is a dance between shadow and light. It is a dance between ego and self-mastery. It is indeed a surrendering and allowing. So in that effect, it is a feminine process, and each being has had both masculine and feminine incarnations. So the ability to vacillate between the two is certainly easier for others, for you understand the ways of the divine masculine as well as the ways of the divine feminine. Know this, beloved ones, that when you have a will and an intention and a commitment to a certain path, you will indeed find and bring to you all of the assistance that you need in order to accompany you on your journey towards your predetermined goal. As each of you have stepped onto this pathway of the way of mastery, as we are making our way through the journey of the heart and will continue, understand that this is not the beginning of the pathway for you. For you have indeed spent many, many incarnations that have led you here. And you will find that as you continue in your journeys, that where you are taken will always continue to take you in one direction and one direction only, and that is to source. All flow towards source. All flows in that direction. Every being that you meet, every interaction that you have, even every thought that you think is leaning you towards source, even if it is a thought of hatred and anger and enmity, you have allowed yourself to step into the shadow so that you may once again bring yourself back to the light. The ability to open oneself to allow the beingness of another to come forth is easy when you know that your greater commitment is to be of service. If it is done in a way that engages the ego, you will find yourself challenged. You will say, I do not want to be taken over by another being, as if you will then subject yourself to some sense of mind control. It is a dance of trust and a dance of truth. And there are many of you, in fact, all of you, that have done this and that do this currently. Understand, beloveds, that you yourself are indeed channeling the higher self aspect. And then you add in the flavor of egoic aspect and say, I will not listen to what spirit is suggesting that I do. I will do what I want to do. When it is recommended that you eat fruits and vegetables, and you say instead, let me have pizza. Or as this beloved one enjoys her cheeseburger. Each choice that you make, beloved, is not judged. It is not one that is better than another. It is one that will raise your frequency, one that will bring you closer to truth, one that will bring you closer to light. There are indeed beings who have chosen to channel darkness to serve and their ends. There are those beings who have chosen to channel light. But at each and every moment, beloved, you are already channeling. You are channeling your higher selves. So in essence, when you make a choice to bring in the energy of a being that you are familiar with, you are indeed always bringing in an aspect of self. For when you go high enough, all becomes one. So the fear and the thoughts that you may have of, I may not be able to do this, I don't know if I'll be good at this, I don't know how I'll be able to do this, let all of those fears and those thoughts of ego fall to the wayside. These are the decisions that a mind would make to keep one invested in fear. Allow love to come forth and open yourself gladly and willingly to Spirit and say, who would like to speak through me today? Who would like to help me be of service? How may I be of service? And then allow your ego that says, it must be done my way, to say, what would it be like to experience having it done in a way in which I could completely surrender myself to love, to truth. See the innocence in every interaction, beloveds. The innocence in opening yourself up to aligning with Spirit. There is indeed a long line of beings that would love to bring forth messages and love to be of service to humanity at this time. Bring peace to these circumstances, beloved. Look for truth, look for joy and happiness, and you will find it. When you look for trouble, beloved, you will find that as well. When you look for the chaos and the mayhem in the world of politics and in the world of banking and all that you have used to manifest the dynamics within this planet, seek instead for something that exists underneath all of that, beloved ones. The truth. Look for the truth. Look beyond the lies. And allow yourself to be aligned with the greater aspect of self, the higher self, the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? Rather than the ego saying, I want to go shopping today and buy tasty cakes. How would you have me be of the greatest service? And if the greatest service is of you, stepping into the realms of channeling consciously the messages of the divine, start with putting your pen to paper and allow that relationship to be created. Allow that pathway to be well worn. Open yourselves up to Spirit in this way. And then you will feel emboldened and you will feel courageous enough to start to invite the energy of higher self in, as, and through you. Become the embodiment of your own higher self. This was my journey, beloveds. I recognized that I could not continue to apply judgment and fault and blame and guilt to others. I had to be willing to look upon them through the eyes of innocence, through the eyes of love and forgiveness. And the more that I forgave myself, the more I was able to forgive another. And the more I was able to forgive another, the more I was able to step into my Christed beingness. For then there was no need to judge. There was no need to ridicule. There was no need to punish. There was no guilt and there was no shame. There was only love. The more that you allow yourself to be a conduit of love, the more love will flow through you, as you, and with you. And so we give to you today, beloveds, this assurance that when you say, this is how I will it to be, thy will be done. It cannot be any other way. We give you our blessings. We give you our assurance that we are with you always. Greetings to you, beloveds. We will speak with you again.